Hello, stress busters. I am so excited to share with you the topic of the month for November, grounding. Now, grounding is a technique that I actually wasn't aware existed. I used to do this on my own a lot in my earlier phases of spirituality, of figuring out how I can relax myself when I was feeling stressed out. But as I started coaching, I realized, there's a name for this, there's a label for this. For those of you all who are checking out what grounding means for the very first time, grounding is a self-soothing technique that you can do on your own when you're feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, or when you feel like there's a lot of chaos happening around you, a chaos that you didn't necessarily and particularly create, but a chaos that is out of your control, and so you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling this sense of, I don't know what's happening to me, I'm freaking out, I'm stressed out, you're feeling panicky, you're feeling anxious. Grounding is the technique that you can utilize at that particular time to relax yourself. Now, as I said earlier, I have been utilizing this technique a lot for my own self, but the intention with the topic of the month and the experiments that we are doing is to review different grounding techniques and seeing if it actually helps us with the stress or not, right? So what we are going to do, we have set up the topic for the month in November, which is grounding. We have set it up in a way where we experiment with one particular technique for 7 days, do it every single day without fail, see what we are feeling, see what experiences we are having, see what changes it creates, and then for the next 3 days we will be in a self-reflection mode where we'll actually sit down and think about, well, is this technique actually helping me or is it not? Well, what can I do to tweak it so that to ensure that it helps us? So this is going to be a lot of fun. I actually wanted to give this a try. It's almost like reviewing a product on Amazon or something along those lines, where you try out a lot of different techniques and see if it actually helps you and if it is fun, if it is exciting or not. So we will be starting with the very first grounding technique that I wanted to start with is a grounding morning ritual. I wanted to try this technique out because of the fact that a lot of times we use grounding only when we are stressed out, only when we need to get back into ourselves. But I wanted to see if we can ground ourselves in the morning and see how it affects us throughout the day. This is how we are going to go about this particular exercise or experiment. I would love for you that when you wake up, I want you to wake up slowly. What this actually means is, don't just, the moment your alarm rings, switch off the alarm, get up, check your phone, rush to brush your teeth, take a bath, make breakfast, do all these things. All these things are important, but we would like to kind of slow down the process a bit. So waking up slowly actually means is, when you wake up, you kind of stretch a bit, you feel into your body, you touch the mattress, you touch the bed sheet, you touch your bed covers, actually get back into utilizing your senses from a deep rest. You get back into a state of slow awareness where you feel into everything. You can take a sip of water. That also helps you kind of get in touch with your sense of taste. You can slowly open your eyes, look at the people you love, look at your pets if you sleep with anyone, or you can also take a mirror and look at yourself and admire your own beauty. But it's basically slowly getting back into the state of awareness. That is what a slow waking up means. After you are done with this, you can then add on layers to this grounding technique. What I usually do is, after I'm up, after I have slowly woken up from my sleep, I try to either lay down on the bed, because I wanted to ensure that you can do these exercises within 5 minutes without it overwhelming you or taking too much of your time. So when you're still in bed, I want you to kind of put a hand on your chest, close your eyes, and just breathe. Breathe and feel into your own self, feel into the comfort of your body. And once you're there, once you feel that you are centered, there is this sense of you being aware of your body, you being in your body. When you're aware about that, and you will feel that almost instinctually, that grounding happening, the centering happening, I want you to then go ahead and give gratitude to a couple of things. I usually go ahead and give gratitude to the randomest things possible. Sometimes I give gratitude to the breath, to the air that I'm breathing in, that keeps me alive, that keeps me pumping. I give gratitude to my mind for how many amazing ideas it comes up with. I give gratitude to the morning. I give gratitude to my pets, to my family, to myself. Imagine that wonderful Snoop Dogg's speech about, and lastly, I am thankful for myself. You can play that if you want to give gratitude, and after that moment of peace happening, that moment of happiness, that moment of voluntarily adding serotonin to your body, feeling that happiness, I want you to then move forward and you can set one intention for the day. Right now, what this intention can be is, well, I have to get all of these things done by the end of the day. You can set up that intention. If that's too overwhelming for you, it can be sometimes. You can set, well, my intention for today is to enjoy this particular comic that I'm excited to read. My intention for the day is to bring more happiness to the people around me. My intention for the, and it doesn't has to be this, extravagant philanthropist intention. It can be the randomest intention. It is something that you're doing for yourself. So it can be, my intention for the day is to make good food and eat it and enjoy it and just relax into myself. I want to enjoy the life around me. I want to go for walks. My intention for the day is to appreciate nature, to appreciate myself. It can be anything. So, just for activities, wake up slowly, ground yourself, give gratitude, and then start with intention. Give this a try for the next 7 days. You can do this in the morning, you can do this in the night. And if you feel like there is a moment of stress or panic happening in these 7 days for you, you can give it a try during these moments of stress and make a note of what you're experiencing in those moments as well. I hope that you have fun with this activity. Let me know what else you have added or what you have removed from the activity within the 7 days of you trying it. My intention is that you go ahead and actually give all these 4 steps a try. If you want to still add or remove things, go ahead and do it. This is something that is made for you. So enjoy. Let's make stress management fun. With that, Toodles, I will see you in the Slack community. Bye. Let me know in the comments what you are most excited about from this particular experiment that we are doing today. I'm super excited to see you there. Bye.
1 week later.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the space. I hope that you had a wonderful time doing the grounding morning ritual for 7 days and self reflecting on the activity for the next 3 days. Now, if you're a part of the Stress Busters community, you receive a specific worksheet for every activity where you can self reflect on what worked and what didn't work and discuss it with the community. You can join the community by clicking the link in the description. It's free and it's a wonderful space for us to hype each other up. For this wonderful video, I want to give you a sneak peek of how the self-reflection worksheet looks and what my experience was with the grounding morning ritual. How did doing this activity feel for you? Personally, for me, I had a lot of fun doing this particular activity. It was genuinely helpful. It helped me kind of wake up slower instead of the chaotic energy that I sometimes wake up with because of my alarm. I was like, oh my God, I have all these things to do. And the chaos that followed was helpfully and thankfully put a stop with doing this activity. I was able to wake up slower. I was able to center myself and ground myself and give gratitude to everything around me, to myself, to my soul, to my breath, and then was able to move forward and set the intention for the day. It was definitely a fun activity setting the intention, because a lot of times, there are times when there are a lot of activities left from the previous day, and so you are in this chaotic mind space right off from the morning. But with setting the intentions, I kind of went down into the essence rather than what activities I'll be doing. And it was like, okay, you know what, rather than, oh, I have to finish all these things from my to-do list, it was, okay, today I'm going to have fun, today I'm going to relax, today I'm going to learn. When I broke down and went into the essence of what I want to do in a particular day, it was really helpful for me to move forward and live that particular day with that particular intention. It was a great reminder, especially when things got chaotic. It was really helpful for me to kind of remember that, hey, we decided to start this day with intention, and the intention was to have fun, but right now you're not having fun, you're just overwhelmed, you're just stressed out. You need to kind of center yourself and come back and move forward with that particular intention. It really helped how I was viewing the day, how the perspective changed as I move forward with the day, just because of what I was setting the intention for in the morning. How would you describe this experience? It was a really wonderful experience. There were times that I forgot that, hey, I have to do something like this. I was like, completely skipped my mind. The first few days I was super excited, but as the fourth and fifth day rolled in, I kind of forgot that, oh, we are doing something like this. We have this experiment that we are working on, mostly because of how, there were a few days that were extremely chaotic. And so it was a good way for me to kind of bring this back into my awareness that, hey, we are working on this, so we need to sit down and set our intention, ground ourselves, give gratitude. It was a really good way for me to kind of settle down. And so I would describe the experience personally as a really wonderful experience. Would you consider doing this activity in the future? I personally would. I don't need a lot of accountability for it. I'm not gonna lie. There were times where I was, like I said before, I was completely forgetting that I have to do something like this. So having accountability for this activity would be wonderful. And I feel like I can do that for myself. Like I can hold myself accountable that, hey, we are going to do this. We are going to focus. We are going to set our intention, ground ourselves, and start the day with a really wonderful meaning behind it. So yeah, I feel like I personally would consider doing this activity in the future. If anything, how would you tweak this activity so that it would fit you better? For me, one thing that I realized that when I wake up, I really have this strong urge to pee. And so irrespective of how much I want to kind of wake up in that awareness slowly, it did kind of put a stop to waking up slowly with awareness, doing all the activities. So what I did instead was I did wake up with awareness slowly, but I instantly went to the bathroom and I took a shower. And while I was doing the shower, I centered myself. I set the intention for the day. I did the gratitude exercise. And so I could kind of tweak it based on how I was feeling and what activity I was doing. So I feel like you can do this activity irrespective of where you are. You don't necessarily have to do this on the bed. So it really helped me to do this activity in the shower and be able to ground myself. So I love doing that. That was the only tweak. I feel like as I started doing this experiment, I had the intention of making sure that I finished doing everything in one go. But as the days progressed, I realized that it can be done in breaks. I mean, in the morning, but still in breaks. Like it doesn't has to be done in one smooth go. And that really helped me kind of have a little more freedom with the exercise. How often would you wish to do this activity? I feel like I would love to do it daily because it really did put a positive spin on the days that went forward. And so I genuinely enjoyed doing it. And I personally would recommend doing it daily. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys felt like, oh, you know what, I might do it weekly, bi-weekly, or just alternate days or something like that. Let me know what you felt down in the comments. I am genuinely super, super excited to hear your thoughts on this. Again, another key reminder, in the Stress Busters community, we do this activity together. So there is a bigger support system and bigger accountability system. If you guys want to join, link is in the description. It's a free community and I would love to have you there. Right. This is again a question that is focused for the community. Would you require an accountability from the community or your buddy? So there is this buddy system that I have created where you and another stress buster can join together and can support each other. And it is a much more closer and intimate space for people to manage their stress, but also hype each other up and have a fun time all over. So would you require any accountability from the community or your buddy to ensure that you stick to your activity? Maybe in the beginning days, I personally would require some kind of an accountability. But moving forward, I think I would be able to, like, once I have covered a particular number of days, I can do this on the autopilot. Like the moment I wake up, I'm like, I need to wake up slowly. I need to play with my pets. I need to enjoy the morning. I need to, touch the blankets and kind of wake up slowly and come into awareness slowly. But yeah, I feel like I would only require accountability in the beginning of the activity, not going forward. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for doing this experiment with me. Or if you're doing this right now, please feel free to share in the comments what you would require if you would enjoy this activity. Do this activity for 7 days, self-reflect for 3 days using, you can genuinely click this video, hit pause while I was reading out the questions, and go through the activities or go through the questions to self-reflect, and share your answers down in the comments so that we can support you. Let me know if this activity helped and if you want me to do more experiments in the future and share it with you guys. The new experiment, the focus of the group, the Stress Busters community currently, is grounding as the festival season comes up. I recently received, this was such a shocking piece of information, you guys. Apparently, Christmas is not fun and amazing, and this season of love and energy and celebrations in the United States is just a space where people are chaotic and are just moving forward through getting things done, buying gifts for everyone. So apparently it's a very chaotic space. I have heard from some of my inner community members, and I was like, what about the movies? What about all that we see on the internet? But a lot of times it's not that, it's just a place of chaos. So I wanted to focus, and the community wanted to focus on grounding themselves better for the festive season. So the next activity that we'll be doing is another quick way to ground yourself, but it is an instant grounding session that you can do for yourself. We will be moving around, we will be practicing a couple of activities that you can do in the morning, activities that require specific environments for you to do, and activities that you can do irrespective of where you are. The next activity, I would like to experiment with doing an activity with a specific set of requirements. If you're interested, check out the new video which will be coming out literally tomorrow. Check it out. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for sticking around, and be sure to like, share, subscribe to Mitwa by Madhurima Sappatti, where we are focused on making stress management fun. Let's go.